Okay, welcome to third year engineering, fifth semester. So before starting with the thermal engineering subject, let us see what exactly is there in the thermal engineering. So today's session will be dedicated for orientation to thermal engineering for course, that is thermal engineering course, as well as the laboratory work. So in this thermal engineering, mm, before going to the subject, okay, so it has a prerequisite. So it is connected with an thermodynamics, which you have studied in third semester. So it will be interrelated to that. So it is an advancement of that particular subject. So it will be moving in the that fashion. So thermodynamics, then it will be thermal engineering. So in thermal engineering will be heat transfer, internal combustion engine, and so on. So myself, Vishwas Palve, working as an assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering at Vidyavardhini College of Engineering and Technology. Okay, is my screen visible clearly? And am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what will be the overview of this lecture? It will be going through the vision and mission of institute, vision of department, then syllabus scheme, the university syllabus scheme which we are going to discuss, then assessment scheme, how will be the evaluation technique, and what will be the marks distribution, then course objective, course outcome, which we are going to see, the course and the program outcomes, and how it is going to map with the course outcome POs and CO mapping, which we are going to see in this. Then syllabus module wise, we'll discuss the syllabus in the detail. After that, the examination process, reference books and material. This we are going to see in the today's lecture. So coming to our vision and mission of the institute. Okay, so vision of the institute is to be a premier institute of a technical education aiming at becoming a valuable resource for industry and society. Okay, and the mission statement to fulfill this vision, so to provide a technological inspiring environment the for learning. Then second one is to promote the creativity, innovation and professional activities, to inculcate ethical and moral values, to cater the personal, professional and societal need through quality education. Now what are those vision and the mission of the institute? Okay, so whenever you go to any of the institute, it will have some vision and mission. So this aim of the institute is to promote the creativity, innovation, and professional activities. Now, to whom it will going to promote? So through the students, okay, it will going to inculcate the ethical and moral values to cater the personal, professional, and societal needs through the quality education. So that will be the aim of the mission of the institute. Okay, then same in line with the mission of the institute, the Department of Mechanical Engineering have its own vision and mission. So the vision of the department is to be a preeminent department for transformation of students in a mechanical engineering into a technically and ethically sound professionals. So at the end of the your course, means after the program, when you complete your 4 year of engineering, you should be able to technically and ethically sound professionals. Then mission, how we are going to fulfill the vision. So mission of the department to impart the quality education through practical oriented initiatives, to prepare industry ready professionals with ethical and moral values, to promote entrepreneurship by creating a various opportunities. So syllabus scheme, the program, university program. So any of the program, if you see, there will be a course code for the subject, that is MEC, C for the theory course, and you'll find that MEL for laboratory course. So in this, it is having a different course code for theory as well as different course code for the laboratory course. So thermal engineering is the name of that subject, which will include few part of heat transfer. Earlier it was having two different subjects were there, that is the thermal engineer, heat transfer and internal combustion engine. So these two courses are clubbed together and they are formed as thermal engineering in C scheme, which is effective from 2021-2022. Okay, so from this is the first semester for this particular course. So this is the C scheme syllabus scheme. So teaching scheme for that, contact hours, 3 hours theory lectures per week it will be having, 2 hours practical session. Then credit assigned to that, it will be 3 credits for the theory course, 1 credit for a practical course. So total credit assigned for this thermal engineering will be 4. Then assessment scheme. So we can say the examination. So the regular practice for a theory course, that is MEC 502 thermal engineering, which will be having 2 tests, 20 marks each, and average will be carry forwarded. So 20 marks for internal assessment. End semester exam will be having 80 marks. Exam duration is 3 hours exam duration. Okay, there is no term work for thermal theory, but the term work is there given in the practical part. Okay, and there is no oral practical for this particular subject. Then total weightage is for theory 100 marks. So internal assessment 20, end semester 80, 100, and for practical it will be having 25 marks, which will be allotted as a term work. Okay, so in further slides we'll see how the marks distribution has been done there. Then the course objectives. So whenever the university or whenever the course has to be designed, it will have some objectives. So after learning this course, what will the student able to learn? Means the objective is the after learning the course, means when you start learning the course, what is the course meant for? The course is meant for to analyze the 3 modes of heat transfer in the engineering applications. So you are going to study the analyze 3 modes of heat transfer: conduction, convection, radiation. So these are called as objective course objectives. Then develop a mathematical model for different modes of heat transfer. We are going to develop mathematical models for conduction, convection, and radiation. And further, we are going to continue with that, and we'll solve few engineering application, actual numericals, which we are going to solve in that. We analyze the performance parameters of different types of heat exchangers. Suppose if I want to compare two heat exchanger, how we are going to evaluate the performance? So in that, we are going to evaluate the performance of heat exchanger. Then next is identify and analyze the transient heat transfer in engineering applications. So wait for a second. Okay. So the second objective is develop a mathematical model for different modes of heat transfer. So we are going to develop mathematical equations for conduction, convection, radiation. Third is the analyze the performance parameter of different types of heat exchanger. That is counter flow heat exchanger, parallel flow heat exchanger, then shell and tube. These are the various heat exchanger. When we'll go to that topic, that time we'll see how to evaluate the performance parameters of the different types of heat exchanger. Then identify and analyze the transient heat transfer in an engineering application. Now transient is time when the time changes, how the performance of the how the heat transfer take place. Now in the earlier 3 course objectives, we were learning when the time we take it as constant. We are not going to take the effect of time. But in the 4th objective, we'll analyze the transient heat transfer in the engineering application. Then the 5th and 6th objective is to explain construction and working of a different components of internal combustion engine. So here in this thermal engineering, we are going to learn the internal combustion engine, components of internal combustion engine, and the construction and working. And based on that, we have to solve few numericals which will be dealing with the performance, again, the performance and emission characteristics, that is the CO6, that is course objective 6, evaluate the engine performance and emission. So basis on the course objective, further we have to design the course outcomes. So for that, for doing that, there is a Bloom's taxonomy. Now what is this Bloom's taxonomy? So in that there are few levels, that is remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating. Now what are those? Remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. So at the side you can see that can the student recall or remember the information? Means if I say the remembering, means what happened, define the term, define heat transfer, define conduction. That is the remembering stage. There are very simple questions which are there, so that comes under the remembering. So this is very lower level of the Bloom's taxonomy, where this has not been expected from the engineering undergraduate students. The terminology which are used in that is define, duplicate, list, memorize, recall, repeat, and state. So in that are the action verbs, we can say. Then second is the understanding. Can the student explain the idea or concept? Okay, now here it is an advancement of that. Now instead of defining, will you be able to understand the concept? Can you explain the concept of the working of internal combustion engine? We can take an example that can you explain the concept of internal combustion engine? Can you explain the concept of heat transfer? So that comes under understanding level. Then next is the applying. Suppose if you have studied the conduction problem, now you have to apply into the real life problem. Okay, now if I take an example that on a heat, we have kept a vessel, right? It has been heated from the bottom, and how much is the heat transfer, how much is the heat carried away by the water, which if I want to calculate, that comes into the applying stage. Means we are going to apply the engineering concept to the real life problem, so the student can use the information in a new way. So you can use the real life problems while analyzing it. Next is analyzing. Can the student distinguish between the different parts? So here we have slightly advanced level where contrast, criticize, differentiate, experiment. While experimenting, you can conduct an experiment on a conduction. You can conduct an experiment on a internal combustion engine. You can evaluate the performance. So that comes under analyzing. Analyze the performance. Then next is the evaluating. Can you justify the stand or decision, whether it is good or bad? Suppose if there is a conduction, whether the conduction is happening properly, how much is the efficiency of that, whether the engine is working, what will be the efficiency of that? That comes under the evaluating stage. And lastly, it is a creating. Creating means you are going to design a new product. Okay, you are going to design an internal combustion engine. So design parameters, whenever the design parameters come, so that is the creating level. So every time whenever we teach some concept to you, it should be lying within this 6 Bloom's taxonomies. Okay, so remembering and understanding is not been expected in an undergraduate student. So we start from applying. So you should be able to apply, analyze, evaluate, and create the thing. So now on basis of that, we have designed a course outcome. So what is the course outcome? When student, after completing this course, when at the end of the semester, what you are going to learn from this subject, okay, or what you are going to take from this course. So outcomes of this course, and it will be mapped with the Bloom's level. So you can see 501. So there is a course code MEC 502. This is the course code. And 0.1 means the CO1, course outcome 1. Okay. So henceforth, everywhere it will be related to the CO. So your paper will be designed with as per the COs. Your assignments will be as per the COs. Okay. Then your experiment will be evaluated as per the COs. So it is completely connected with the COs, course outcome. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Analyze the 3 modes of the first CO of our thermal engineering is analyze the 3 modes of heat transfer in engineering application. So The action verb in that is the analyze. So what we are going to do is we are going to analyze the three modes of heat transfer in engineering application. Then next is MEC 502, that is second CO. Develop the mathematical model for the different modes of heat transfer, analyze the performance parameter for different types of heat exchanger, identify and analyze the transient heat condition which we have seen. So it has been evaluated. For the same things which we have done, they explain the construction and working of different components of internal combustion engine. So when you see the syllabus copy, now will come back to syllabus. Okay. When you come to the syllabus copy, right, see, this is the course code MEC 502. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So here there are objectives. The objective is to study the heat transfer concept applicable for steady and transient conditions. So on basis of that, the outcomes are being designed. So application, that is the three modes of heat transfer. So these are the outcomes. On basis of that, this syllabus is designed. Okay. Similarly, it is applicable for the theory course, sorry, the laboratory course, MEC MEL 501, that is thermal engineering, which is having a credit of 1. Objective to familiarize the concept of various modes of heat transfer through experimental approach to make a conversion. So these are the objectives, and below that there is a outcome. So I hope everyone has the syllabus copy with them. Is the syllabus copy
Yes,
with
sir.
them? Okay. So you should be able to read the syllabus one by how the syllabus, because this is the guideline. Okay, if you want to study something, so there should be some guidelines. So this will be help you to study which topic we have to study, from which reference book we have to refer. That will be giving, this is as a guidelines for it. Okay, so one by one I'll see, we'll go through the guidelines also. Next is the program outcomes, that is POs. So each CO should be related with the POs. Now, what are those POs? The first is the solving ability. So in that, assignments, tutorials, case study, okay, these are the solving abilities. Analyzing ability, PO1, analyze the problem. Assignment, survey based problem. So on basis of that, now to fulfill these POs, okay, how we are going to analyze it? Okay, assignment, we are going to take survey based problems, we are going to take seminars on research paper, design and development, designing problem, investigation, research based problems, we are going to take model tool uses, we are going to see, that is model tool means what are the various technologies which we can use for heat transfer, or thermal engineering. In thermal engineering, what will be the, then what will be the beneficial to engineer and society. So case study, course project and assignment which we are going to see in this. Environment and sustainability, how the environment and sustainability is affected by this subject. Then next is the ethics. Okay, ethics, individual and teamwork, communication, how we are going to improve the communication through the subject is the seminars, course projects, right? Then marks involved for writing the report, then here experiment, right? Then project management, that this will not be directly related to it. Now these are the POs, out of which our course will be selecting few POs to be addressed. Now there are 12 POs. So next, and 12 POs and 2 PSOs, program specific outcome. PSO stands for program specific outcomes. So what are the program specific outcomes? These are related to our college itself. So graduate will exhibit the ability to analyze and solve the problems in design, thermal, manufacturing and renewable energy. So in this subject, we are going to concentrate on this thermal engineering. So we are going to fulfill the PSO1, that we are going to study the thermal concept. Then PSO2, what is the PSO2? The graduate will incorporate the technical, yes, the technical terms which we are going to learn will be incorporated in their career. So these terms which we are going to learn in professional skills in their career. So we are going to use this technology in our career. So for that, there is a mapping. This is very important, the mapping of COs and POs. Now, what is the COs? What is POs? So we have seen that there are 6 COs, that is here on the vertical side you can see the COs are there, and 12 POs, the program attributes or program objectives, we can say outcomes, which we have seen, the program outcomes which were there 12, okay, that are mapped here, and PSOs, PSO1 and PSO2. So these are the 2 PSOs which we have seen here. Now how the mapping is done. So the CO1, okay, the thermal, what are the CO1? The 3 modes of heat transfer, right? So analyze the 3 modes of heat transfer. So we are going to study the engineering knowledge, we are going to study the ability to solve the problems, right? Then sustainability, PO6, okay, engineer and society, these terms we are going to see. Then PO9 is the ethics, individual and teamwork, we are going to solve the course assignment. So on the basis of that, there is a weightage given to you. So in each terms and terminology, we are going to fulfill this POs. Now this is applicable to the thermal engineering. Same thing will be applicable for other subjects. For your course, it will be somehow interrelated to all 12 POs, okay, and PSOs. We are going to interrelate it, and we are going to find out whether we are fulfilling it. Okay, so coming to our syllabus, so same syllabus which we have seen. Now let us discuss in detail the module wise syllabus. Okay, so first module which deals with the heat transfer, modes of heat transfer. So can anyone tell me what are the 3 modes of heat transfer? Anyone from the participants? Yes, 3 modes of heat transfer.
So conduction, convection, and radiation.
Yes, there are 3 modes. Conduction, good. Conduction, convection, and radiation. So we are going to study the basic 3 modes of heat transfer: conduction, convection, and radiation. The mechanism of conduction which we are going to study, then mechanism of convection and radiation heat transfer. So how these 3 modes takes place. So can anyone tell me how the conduction takes place? Any idea? Conduction. If there is a conduction, when we can say it is a conduction? And just guess. This is a discussion session. We are going to learn in detail. Okay, whatever knowledge you have with you, you can share with the class. Okay, this is an interaction session.
Sir,
Yes,
energy transfer from adjacent particles.
Yes, energy transfer from adjacent body. And one more thing, see, whenever there is an interaction session, you have to interact with each other, because during the now this is the opportunity to speak in front of your classmates. But whenever you go for an interview where there is a discussion, wherever there is a discussion forum, that time what happens, there are the students which are there from the outside world, means outside colleges, and in front of them you have to speak. So that will be more tedious for you, right? So make an habit of speaking in front of the class. So that will help you, because this is very competitive world. And in the today's, and if you want a higher placement, proper placement and all, so for that the interaction with the team is very important. Okay, so even if your answer is wrong, but you start speaking out, because what happened when you try to speak, if there is your answer is correct, that is good, but if you have the wrong answer, still you make a habit of speaking in front of the whole forum, right? 60-70 students are there, and the interaction will be increasing. Okay, so make a habit of speaking and making the session more interactive. Okay, so we are going to learn the governing laws for that. Generalize heat conduction equation in the rectangular coordinate, cylindrical and spherical coordinate. But for that, only the derivation for rectangular coordinate will be there. Okay, the only equation for cylindrical and the spherical coordinate, no derivations for that. Okay, so there will be only derivations for rectangular coordinate, no derivation on cylindrical and spherical coordinate, but the equations will be there. Okay, so yeah, there will be a possibility. Now for each module there is hours distributed, right? There will be some hours which will be dedicated for it. So 7 hours we have to spend on this module. Then state, including the numericals and all. Okay, state the steady state heat transfer through plane wall, composite cylinder, sphere, composite sphere, right? So majorly we are going to see a wall, sphere, and cylinder, plane and composite. Then thermal contact resistance, which we are going to calculate and derive the equation for thermal contact resistance. Then see the concept of critical radius of insulation in cylinders and sphere. What is the concept of insulation, how the insulation plays an important role in the cylinder and sphere. So this is very interesting topic. Okay, when we'll start this topic, it will be very interesting because we are going to solve few real life problems in that. Okay, and one more thing, this is very interesting subject. If you have a just to score, it will help. But along with that, if you go in depth of the subject, you will find it very interesting because you are going to see the exact application, live applications which we day in our day-to-day life. Okay, then heat transfer from the extended surface. Now what is the extended surface? For that, we can see the bikes, right? Our two-wheelers. On that engine of the two-wheeler, there you will find that there are fins, right? Suppose if this is the cylinder, on the surface of the engine you will find that there is an extended surface. So this is nothing but the extended surface, that is fins are provided to exchange the heat, right? Or even in the case of if you open your CPU, right, in that, if I draw the copy of that, there will be a aluminum square plate will be there, that is called as the heat extractor, right? A fin. So that we are going to study what will be the length of that heat exchanger, how to design the heat exchanger, then what are the three types in that: finite, infinite, insulated tip, derive the governing equation for fins and show its solution, define the efficiency of the fin and effectiveness of the fin, analyze the thermometric well. Now in this we are going to calculate how much is the temperature in that. So this particular term is useful for experimental point of view. If you want to take an readings from an experimental setup, so this will be helpful for you. And one more thing, the thermal engineering subject, if you are going to deal with a final year project, if you are doing a final year project which will be on thermal engineering, then this will be helpful for you because this concept, majorly this concept will be used in your final year project. Then next is the unsteady state. Unsteady state is called as nothing but the transient heat transfer. Okay, transient heat transfer means when the time changes, how the performance parameter changes. Okay, so in that there is a concept of lumped heat capacity. We are going to study the concept of lumped heat capacity, analyze an application of unsteady state heat transfer, thermal time response or constant. So for the second module, 6 hours duration is given. Now if you see, we are having very limited time, and there is one more difficulty which we are facing is that now at present I am speaking here in front of you, but I don't know at the other end what exactly you are doing. You are just switching on the mobile phone and doing your own work, right? Most of the students, what they do, they continue their work. Chal raha hai lecture, chalne do. Most of the time this happens, right? Just for sake of attendance, they attend the lecture. It is happening with even whenever we attend the lectures. For our cases, that time also the same thing happened, right? So it is not a different terminology, but you try to be an attentive during the sessions if it is. And for me also, it will be very difficult task to make the session interactive, right? If it is a boring session, I know that no one will attend. Just for namesake, he will switch on the meet and just he'll keep that mobile aside and he'll do its own work, right? So so it's my responsibility to make the session interactive so that everyone will be attentive. So for that, how to make that session interactive, there will be some question answer sessions, some assignments, right? Some task has to be given. Without task, the session won't be interactive. Now there is one more thing. If I give a task or assignment for during the session, then what will happen? It will create a chaos, right? Sir is giving more assignment, and during the session it is very difficult to attend, right? So we'll see how to tackle those problems. Next, third module comes to the convection. So can anyone tell me how the convection takes place?
Sir, by transfer of heat energy from hot particles to cold particles.
That can be done in the conduction also. Any other answer for convection? How the convection heat transfer takes place? See, energy flow of energy always takes from higher temperature to lower temperature. Okay, it will always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. If it is any body which is at higher temperature, another body at lower temperature, the heat transfer will take place. Okay, so obviously it can be, so the mode of heat transfer can be conduction, convection and radiation. So for that, the temperature difference is required. So it can be conduction, it can be convection, okay, or it can be radiation, right? So Can anyone guess how the convection takes place?
Heat
Sir,
transfer
it
between one medium to
Yes,
one medium to another medium.
yes, it requires fluid as a medium, right? Fluid means it comes air, water, whatever a fluid is there. So heat transfer in fluid is the convection, whereas heat transfer in solids, right, it is conduction. So that is very important. Yes, here in that there is two terminology: free convection and forced convection. Whenever the convection takes place due to density difference, right, whenever a convection takes place due to density difference, it's called as a free convection. And whenever the convection takes place due to some external medium, so in your, suppose in your room you're sitting and at the top there is a fan, right, so the heat transfer is going to take place, right, and the it will be forced convection because the fan is running at the top of you. So that will be the forced convection. The external flow, for in that there are internal flow and external flow. So we are going to learn the velocity boundary layer, thermal boundary layers. This velocity boundary layer is similar to our fluid mechanics. In fluid mechanics, there was a chapter called as boundary layer, right? So in that we were learning the fluid boundary layer. So here there is one more terminology added, that is thermal boundary layer. How the boundary layer takes place. Then laminar and turbulent flow over a flat plate. What will be the equation for laminar flow? What will be the equation for turbulent flow over a flat plate? Internal flow, velocity boundary layer, and thermal boundary layer for a cylinder, that is to a cylinder. Then laminar and turbulent flow to tubes. Okay, a general thermal analysis, constant heat flux and constant heat temperature. So this terminology we are going to learn. And in that same module, there will be a few concept of boiling and condensation. So there will be numericals. So if you see the numericals, we'll come back to numerical part on which topic we are having numericals, which topic it will be having a so boiling and condensation, introduction to different boiling regimes. So there will be one theory questions from this compulsory. Obviously there will be one theory question, no numerical, nothing. So theory question can be draw boiling regimes, okay, film condensation and dropwise condensation. So here it can be versus differentiate versus film condensation versus dropwise condensation. This can be a favorite question of examiners. Always they ask this question. Then radiation. Here we are going to learn the basic concepts of radiation, heat exchanger between two bodies. So this basic laws were already taught in the 11th and 12th standard. So we are going to revise the basic law of radiations, and then they are going to see the heat exchange between the two bodies, how the heat exchange between the two bodies is going to take place. Then next is the fourth module, comes under the mass transfer. So this was introduced here. Introduction to the mass transfer, governing equation of the mass transfer coefficient. So there is how the mass transfers. Now we were saying about the heat transfer. The next comes under the mass transfer. So mass transfer also takes place whenever the two bodies are there and the mass from one body can transfer to the another body. So that we are going to study how the mass transfer takes place and what are the governing equation for mass transfer. Next is the heat exchanger. So 4.2, heat exchanger, types of heat exchanger we are going to learn. Then overall heat transfer coefficient, in that there is a logarithmic mean temperature difference, that is LMTD method. Then NTU method, effectiveness and number of transfer unit, that is NTU, ENTU method. Correction factors for multi-pass up to 2 passes on shell and tube heat exchanger and closed flow heat exchanger. So this is this particular chapter deals with the transfer of heat from one medium to another medium. It can be from water to oil, right? We can transfer it from water to oil. So how the heat transfer will take place? So for that the device is required. So to exchange the heat from water to oil, right? So there will be a device. So that device is called as HX, heat exchanger. Okay. In short, in most of the books it will find that the reference is HX, the heat exchanger, which will be dealing. So the chapter 4th. So here the heat transfer, and so we require different books for different chapter now. So above it, the first 4 modules will be given in the R.K. Rajput. Okay, R.K. Rajput, you can refer this book for heat transfer. It is it is more comfortable for students. So that's why we are recommending that book. And the chapter 5 and 6 will be given in the Ganeshan. So that also is given in the syllabus. We'll see how the reference books and all. So module 5, Module 5 is introduction to internal combustion engine. Now, the most of the cases what happen, the engines are replaced with these alternative energy sources, right? Now, can anyone tell me what is the today's rate of petrol, current rate?
So 106.
Around 100.
10
106.35.
106.35. Yes, and what is the rate of diesel? Diesel rate. गूगल कर लो, गूगल ऑनलाइन रहते तो ये बेनिफिट है, गूगल कर सकते हैं, एग्जाम में करते हो, राइट? व्हाट इज द टुडेज रेट ऑफ डीजल? 97.4.
So 97.46.
Then what is the difference? Why we are using diesel, why we are using petrol? So we should know the concept behind that. What is the diesel engine? What is the difference in diesel engine? Why the diesel is used in the diesel engine? So what are the concept behind it? So that we are going to learn in the internal combustion engines. First, we are going to see the classification. What will be the broad classification of internal combustion engines? So are the engines used only in automobile? Is it like that? Any application of internal combustion engine? Can you give me some applications of internal combustion engine? Question is open to all. Just you can. There are n number of answers for this. Application of internal combustion engine. Right. First application, automobile. Right. You'll find the application internal combustion engine is used in automobile. Then next, right, in ship industries. Right. There will be ship also runs on internal combustion engine. Then next, generators, diesel generators, petrol generators. Right. Which generate electricity. Whenever there is a failure of electricity, there is an option in hospital. There is an option of generating the electricity with the help of internal combustion engine. You will find that a green color box is there, right? So that generates the electricity. जैसी लाइट जाता है तुरंत वो generator on करना, right? What is there in that generator? It is having an internal combustion engine. Okay, so alternative to petrol, diesel, any other fuel? Or question open to all. ऑटो किस पे चलती है? ऑटो रिक्शा,
LPG.
LPG and CNG, right? These are also fuels which are available. So first in this module we are going to study the working of four-stroke engine and two-stroke engine. This is very interesting. What is the concept of four-stroke engine? What is the concept of two-stroke engine? Then wall timing diagram, fuel air cycles and actual cycles. So it is an advancement. These cycles are advancement of our air standard cycles. During thermodynamics, there was an air standard cycle that was diesel cycle, air standard auto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, right? Those cycles were there. So on basis of we design an engine. So actual cycle, that was the air standard cycle where the working fuel was considered as air. But now at present, it won't be air, it will be air and fuel cycles, right? So the air standard cycle has to be modified and then it will be created an actual cycle. Thermodynamics mein tha, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this we are going to modify the auto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, and we are going to form the fuel air cycles and actual cycle. Now 5.2, introduction to fuel supply. How the supply of fuel takes place: ignition, combustion, knocking, right? Fuel supply, ignition, how the burning of fuel takes place, how actual burning of fuel takes place, that is also been there. Then knocking in SI engine, what is this knocking term? Then MPFI, multi-point fuel injection in SI engine, right? This we are going to see. MPFI, multi-point fuel injection system. Then introduction to fuel injectors, right? What is fuel injection system in CI engine? Here you'll see the concept of CI engine. Here it is a concept of SI engine. So SI engine is spark ignition, CI is compressed ignition, right? This is nothing but our petrol or auto cycle which runs on auto cycle, and this runs on our diesel cycle. Okay, so that is the difference: auto cycle, diesel cycle, which we are going to study. CI engine, SI engine. So that comes under the classification of engine. Then next, in that same sixth module, which we are going to see, is the testing, engine testing and performance. Measure the various performance parameters. Now suppose if I want to compare two engines, how you are going to compare, right? Performance characteristics of SI engine and CI engine. Load test. In our college laboratory, we are having two engines, that is petrol engine and diesel engine. we will be performing experiment on that, and we are going to check the performance. Then next is the heat balance sheet. Suppose if I am supplying fuel as a right input to the engine, and we are getting a power as an output. So how the fuel is utilized, how the power is utilized, right, to generate the energy. So that balance sheet we have to prepare. Next is the combustion engine emission and control. The source of engine emissions constitute of SI engine, CI engine, right? We are going to see the effect on the environment and health. Okay, the study of emissions, Euro norm, Bharat stage norms, control method of SI and CI engines that we are going to see in this. So this was the detailed syllabus of our theory part. Now the assessment. The assessment will be two tests, which is usually two tests, IA1, IA2. Okay, in IA1, approximately 40% of content will be there. Second test will be again 40%, but excluding the first test. Okay, end semester exam, maximum weightage for will be given. Total 6 questions will be there, carrying 20 marks. Question number 1 will be compulsory, should cover maximum content of the curriculum. Then remaining question will be in mix of nature. So this will remain. You have to attempt 4 questions from that. Then reference book, which book you can refer. Is there one book which I have suggested is R.K. Rajput, which is not there, not mentioned here in this list. So that's why I have recommended that book. You can refer that book. Then next is the by Incopera. This is for heat transfer. Then again Eunice Singhal is there for heat transfer, thermodynamics, heat transfer, right? This book you can refer. SOM, SK SOM you can refer. Then mass transfer. These are few books which has been given for heat transfer. Then there are books for, these are for first 4 modules. Next module you can refer, here it is, the internal combustion engine, right? So these books you can use for. So I will recommend this book, right? Internal combustion engine, V Ganeshan. Okay, you can refer this for remaining 2 modules. You can refer this also, which is available in our library, Mathur Sharma. But now, as due to pandemic, we cannot visit our library. So what I'll do, I will prepare some extract from this book and I will post it in your. So during the lectures, we are going to study this from this book itself. Okay. So regarding the reference book, I have given you some clues. You can download the books. If you have an official link for downloading, you can refer that. Then reference material. So in that syllabus, there are few courses which are been recommended. So you can go click on this link which is there. I will share this link with you, or it's available in your syllabus copy also. So you can go and you can refer these courses, right? You can join these courses, NPTEL courses, and it is must that each student should join at least 1 course for each semester. So there is heat and mass transfer from IIT Bombay, a course is there. Heat exchanger, fundamental and design from IIT Kharagpur. Then engine combustion, IIT Kharagpur. IC engine and gas turbine from IIT Guwahati. So these are few courses, online courses are there. So you can refer those courses for video lectures. If you want to study in depth, you can go through those video lectures, and it will be helpful for you for gaining the knowledge regarding this course. Okay. Then I will recommend this course, heat transfer. You can join. The date of joining, start date is on 26th July. The course will start for, it will be for 12 weeks. Okay, the exam date will be, you can see here, enrollment ends on 2nd August. Exam for this course will be on 23rd October 2021. Okay, so you can join any of the course. The fees will be around 500 or 1000 rupees will be the course joining fee. Okay, then you don't have to join any Google Classroom. Everything will be posted in our Juno ERP. So everyone should be active in that ERP. Okay. Yes, any questions? I will, now session is open for question answers. Any questions? Yes. In the chat box.
Sir, as we did on the Google Classroom, all our academics, so the same way we have to do in ERP.
Yeah, it is slightly different, but yes, assignments and all, you have to post it in the Google ERP. Till now you haven't used ERP, right?
नो
कोई
सर।
असाइनमेंट पोस्ट किया है किसी ने ERP पे?
सर वो मॉक टेस्ट के टाइम पे अपलोड करना था, उतना ही किया था, उसके बाद तो कुछ
हाँ, तो तभी बहुत chaos हुआ था कि सबका पेपर अपलोड हो नहीं रहा था, राइट? वो इनिशियल फेज था.
नहीं। यस
So now, what is happening? Smoothly we are going to start with the sessions. और एक assignment में upload एक 1 second ना, I'll just have a call here. Yes. So we are going to start. All the assignments, quizzes will be given on the ERP. So you don't have to panic regarding that. Just you keep an eye on the ERP. Regularly, you have to check your dashboard. Whatever task will be given, it will be included in that. Yes. Yes. Any other queries?
Hello, sir.
हाँ, बोलो.
Sir, is the whole SEM5 online or it will be offline?
It's completely on the guidelines which will be given by the government of Maharashtra. So till now there is no such guideline of calling the students in the college. So most probably it will be on online.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other queries? Okay,
No, sir.
so how we are going to conduct the practical sessions? Okay, because we are having a limited shortage, we'll be having only 12 weeks and 9 experiment has to be performed. So if I show the list, so that we are going to discuss in our experiment, but still what I'll do, I'll prepare few videos. Directly I'll go in the college and I'll record the videos, and that video you have to watch, right, thoroughly, and you have to perform that experiment, means do the calculation part you have to do, and then you have to submit it on ERP. So experiment booklet will be given, so you have to take a printout of that, you have to write in that, do the calculation, and you have to scan and upload. Okay, and same thing will be there for assignments. Total 6 assignments will be there, 1 or 2 case study will be given. Okay, so this will be the distribution. It will be as usual, same practice which we follow. Everyone please post the attendance in the chat box. It is recorded, so it will be, please post your attendance in the chat box. And one more, I would request everyone that you change your name. Now at present, is my screen visible? Yes, you can see that a few of the students have still kept that it is SEB. So everyone will make it TB so that it will be uniform for everyone, right? You rename your Google account. Rename your Google account so that it will be easy for everyone to refer. Okay. So from next lecture onwards, we are going to start with the actual teaching. That is the conduction part will start. And tomorrow evening, I guess there is a 2 to 4, there is a practical session. So that also will start with the theory part first. We'll see the theory, and then we can, from next week onwards, we can start with the actual performance. Okay. So thank you for attending the lecture. And one more thing, I will upload all the recordings, video recordings will be uploaded on the YouTube. I will share the YouTube link with you. You can subscribe my channel so that lecture-wise video recordings you will get in the YouTube. So it will be helpful for you. Suppose if you want to refer any topic or anything, you can go and refer to it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for attending. You can leave the meet.